Hey, what's up guys? It's Dom from Hole Printing Inc. In today's very quick yet insightful video, I'll be sharing with you guys an interesting topic. Now please don't mind my hair or what I'm wearing. I just got out of the shower and I want to bring you guys a quick video, and this, ironically ties into my point of this very quick video super nicely. So the title of this video, how to balance business, personal life, and basically how to have a work-life balance, let's call it. The short answer is it's impossible. People that say that it's possible are clearly cheating, or they're not telling us something, because in my personal experience, and even after speaking with a bunch of different entrepreneurs, it is very difficult to achieve a work-life balance. It is possible, however, to consistently do it, it's almost impossible. Let me give you an example. I'm working every single day on my business. I have a girlfriend, I have family, I have friends, I have other responsibilities. I do snow removal in the winter, right? This is my personal life. In that, I also have hobbies like going to the gym, taking care of my health, reading, stuff of that nature, right? So I wake up, let's say an average day at 6 a.m. I kind of look at my vision board of what I'm achieving in my life, and if I'm moving towards my goal, take some water, take my supplements, I do a quick prayer, I write in my journal a few things I'm grateful for, and usually by that time I go to work out. Now this is the caveat here. By that time I usually go work out. If one day I wake up at 7, I wake up at 8, I wake up at 5, it doesn't really matter at what time I wake up, but this is usually my life. Let's say I would go to the gym. Now let's say, in my experience, I just had something happen health-wise. I had some stomach pain and I went for an ultrasound, and the doctor suggested me not to lift anything heavy while I wait for that ultrasound. And then after that, I got another health condition that is a bit more private, and then for that reason, I didn't go to the gym. It's been almost a month now. At the beginning, it was due to health reasons, and then it was just due to lack of discipline and losing the momentum. So let's continue in the list here of my average day. After the workout, I'd usually take a cold shower. However, by the time I get back from the workout, if I even went, well, I have an employee coming, so I can't really hop into a cold shower, because by the time I get home, if there was traffic, anything like that, I don't necessarily take my cold shower. And then, well, I have filmed a YouTube video. As you can see, currently it's 7:46 p.m. and usually I would film the video at around 8 a.m. at latest. So almost 12 hours late today, for example. Now this is all considering the fact that there's no snow. Like today, there was a lot of wind. Well, yesterday I should say, we got around 70 centimeters of snow in some places. With the wind gust, it was incredible how much snow we had. So now you have to pay somebody to come do the snow removal. You have to wait anxiously by the window to make sure you don't miss them because they're very busy. So this kind of offsets your day by a bunch, right? So I would have filmed my YouTube video. Then I would have my daily meeting with my girlfriend, kind of have an overall idea of what the day looks like and what we need to do in that specific day. But again, this depends if, life doesn't get in the way of that meeting. And then we have deep work, around 8 hours of consecutive work of just, working on the YouTube, or let's say doing production, following up with clients, having meetings with clients, going out of the shop to do deliveries, just networking, working on the business, working on the website, whatever the case may be, just deep work, 8 hours of it. In that time, we also have to eat, right? We have to take time to take a breakfast, and we have to take lunch if you find the time. After that, after my deep work is done for the day, I'd like to edit a video before I go eat dinner. After dinner, we have family time, so just spending an hour playing board games, just chatting with the family, And then, well, at around 7 p.m. we have the membership / the course that I own. So there I would be following up with members, seeing how their experience is going, giving them a briefing on their next step if they're having current issues with their printers, and kind of just guiding them on their journey. And then I have to do tomorrow. So before I, kind of log off for the day, I like to tidy up my last work that I have to do. I like to have a briefing with my girlfriend, kind of see what the next steps are for tomorrow, and see if we're on track. And then I have journaling, kind of describing how my day went, any ups and downs, and an overall look of, how productive today was, and if there was any milestones, right? After that, well, if we have the luxury of doing it, we have hygiene, right? I need to take a shower, I need to groom my beard, do that type of stuff, so, hygiene. After that, well, I'd like to spend around an hour with my girlfriend, whether that be watching a movie, doing something together, just having some quality time. And around 9:30, I like to read a book for around 30 minutes, and then after the book has been read, and I'm pretty much falling asleep, I like to pray for around a minute, just say my grace, and then sleep before 10 p.m. All of this is an average day. It would be the perfect day. However, stuff happens, life happens, unexpected stuff with your health, with your family, external conditions like the weather. If you have kids, I can't imagine your schedule. Business issues, business stress, family stress, relationship stress, whatever the case may be, internal, emotional, exterior components all affect your work-life balance. Sometimes you'll be in a period where you're working, and you have no personal life. You might take a vacation for 1 or 2 weeks and do nothing but your personal life. You'll be catching up with friends on the phone while you're on a beach, or you may be, out somewhere out of town, or maybe you're at home and you just say, hey, you know what, I'm taking a week off from the business and I'm gonna focus on my health. Whatever the case may be. But I never met a successful entrepreneur that has that mindset that I just described. Most of them have this type of routine that I mentioned, minus or add a few habits, right? They have this structure, this discipline of doing something every single day. And yes, sometimes they don't do everything perfectly because life happens, but the next day they get back on it. And even while they're on a beach somewhere, they keep that same discipline. Some people are gonna travel to get away from their business, and some people are gonna travel to enjoy what their business has to offer. But you can never, in my personal opinion, if you want to have a successful business, you can never fully disconnect. You're sacrificing your normal life for a greater life. And yes, this is about printing, because all of you know that printing requires an incredible amount of time. Long hours are your best friend. Every single day you can expect to work a minimum of 8 hours all the way to 16, 18-hour days depending on the deadlines. A printing company is a time-extensive company. You can't expect to work 3 hours and be done for the day. If you are, it's because you're one of the owners and you have a successful company where everything already has its own place, meaning that you have employees to do your tasks. You don't necessarily need to be in the business for it to function. And if that's your current position, I lift my hat to you, because it is a long journey to get there, especially with the margins that printing has to offer. You're looking at anywhere from 20 to 90% margins. Most of the times you're going to fall within 30 to 40% margins in the printing industry. So being in that position or trying to get to that position is something very impressive. However, my point in today's quick video was to share an average day in the life, kind of going over what I expect to do in a day and how it's impossible to have a work-life balance. You need to choose one or the other that you're going to prioritize without forgetting the other. My last tip and basically how I'm going to close off this video is by saying today was a hectic day, for example. However, everything moved forward. We called the guy to remove the snow from the house, so if ever there's an emergency, we can actually get out of the house without having 5 feet of snow in front of us. So that's a win. The renovations in the basement for the new project and the new expansions that we're doing, that moved forward. The actual production that we had to do with the employee and my girlfriend, that moved forward. The mock-ups, the print readies, everything I had to do moved forward. Was today perfect? No, by no means was today perfect. Did I have a healthy work-life balance? No, I sacrificed my personal life today to move forward in the business. However, tomorrow might be a bit different. This is kind of where you have to have hope, because yesterday was hard, today was stressful, but the business did not regress. The business today moved forward. My personal health and well-being stayed the same. I took care of what I had to take care of. Took my shower, I made sure I ate, I made sure I drank water, I made sure I took my vitamins, I made sure I did my exercise when I was doing the snow removal, I flexed my core. It sounds stupid what I'm saying, but it's true. I took care of what I could, and tomorrow I'll try to take care of more things that I might have neglected today. But I haven't met anybody to this day that has a perfect work-life balance, and if they do, lift my hat to them, because I haven't found the way to do it just yet. And for people that have kids, that have other responsibilities, I truly don't know how you do it. If you're wondering how to have a work-life balance, you need to sometimes prioritize your work to find peace and clarity in your personal life, because the last thing you want is to focus on your personal life and have work in the back of your mind, so you're not present when you're taking somebody out on a date, when you're spending time with your family. Make sure the work gets done so you can enjoy your time off. And don't seek time off. You should enjoy what you do enough to not count the time and not be in a position where you're craving for the day to end. It's normal to be tired, but you should feel fulfilled once the day is done, not dreading the next day to come. So if you are in a position where you feel overwhelmed and you're not too sure, like, hey, I'm working 16-hour days, I can't find time to even enjoy my personal life, it may be time to hire somebody to help you. It may be time to change your pricing in your business so you have less work, so you can focus on your personal life a bit better and have more value for the work you do. I could ramble on for hours on how to balance properly your work-life balance, because if you're working 16-hour days and you're not making money and nothing's going your way and you're dreading waking up in the morning, it's most likely due to pricing, it's most likely due to inefficient systems in your company. There's a lot of things that have to be covered. However, hopefully by giving you guys some examples of my personal life, explaining to you guys work-life balance, hopefully you can relate a bit and find ways to better understand that work-life balance, in my personal opinion, doesn't exist, and you should find healthy ways to kind of offset the feeling of being overwhelmed and being proud of yourself for the progress that's been made, and anything that you've neglected, you focus on it the next day to make it better. Again, if you guys want to see a more in-depth video, examples on how to not feel overwhelmed, how to kind of delegate in your business, build systems so you're no longer working 16-hour days and you can actually have a personal life outside of your business, leave a like, comment down below, comment the word personal life, and I'll make sure to make an updated video if we get a few comments of that specific subject. If you guys enjoyed this type of video, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment down below, and without any further ado, I'm going to bed. See you guys on the next video. This was Dom from Whole Printing Inc. Make a print you'll never forget.